AITAH for not wanting to go back to my wife until she has custody of her children? From her previous marriage after her son falsely accused me of hitting him? Plus new update. Bit of background, I, 40M, have been married to my wife, 40F, for 5 years. She has a son, 10M, and a daughter, 8F. From her previous marriage I have one daughter, 7F, from my previous marriage. About a month ago her son accused me of hitting him. I never put my hands on him or anyone. My wife confronted me and I denied it. She didn't believe me. After the argument, I went to cool off and talk to my friend. He was worried, very worried, and said that I should get the freak out of the house with my daughter. He said that I am a man and no one is gonna believe me and I could lose my daughter if things escalate. I finally understood the gravity of the situation I was in. After a long walk, I made up my mind. I went to my house and asked my wife to come talk to me. I said that I never hit him. I don't know why he said it and I don't want to know anymore. I told her that I was not feeling safe in this house and I didn't want to risk my future and my daughter's future. I told her I understood her mama bear mindset so I won't blame her for not believing me, but the last place I want to be is anywhere near a mama bear. I packed my bags and my daughter's bag and we left for my parents' house. I refused to take her calls and asked her to only contact me through messages, since it's not legal in my state to record without the consent of both parties. Her messages ranged from blaming me to blaming herself and wanting to talk in person. 3 weeks later she messaged me and told me that she believed me. When I left she started to question her son's allegations and obvious inconsistencies started to emerge. She realized that her son is full of shit. She apologized profusely and begged me to come back. I refused. I told her that I couldn't risk it anymore. I don't trust her children and I don't trust her to believe me. I can't risk it. She asked me what I wanted her to do, give up her kids' custody, and I said, honestly, I do love her and I do want to stay with her, but I can't risk it to be with her anymore if her kids are staying with us. I told her I am sorry and I don't expect her to leave her kids, so I think it's best if we move forward with separation. Turns out she is considering giving up the custody of her kids. His ex-husband called me and asked me why his ex-wife was talking about giving up custody. I told him the truth and he was very angry with her son but more angry with my wife. He respected me enough to not push it further when I told him to sort it out with my wife. So we are in the middle of a crap storm and I am not budging. I can't stay in the same house as her children. I am getting bombarded by phone calls from people blaming me for making my wife abandon her children. But what other choice do I have? I can't risk going back now. So, am I the a-hole? Now for the update 3 months later. After I made the previous post, I decided to file for divorce and told my wife. The next day my wife told me that she was pregnant. I am gonna be honest, I didn't believe her. It was too convenient of a time. I took some time to process it and asked her if she would agree for me to accompany her to the doctor's appointment. She agreed. She was 12 weeks pregnant. We talked and I told her that we are gonna have to do our best to co-parent the baby. She made a promise that she would make sure her son behaved from now on and that I would not have to worry about anything. I told her that I was not risking my future on her word considering how easily she believed her son over me. I told her that I was not even blaming her, it's not like she was wrong in doing so. So we are getting a divorce. She is scared to go through pregnancy all alone, but what other choice do we even have? We are gonna have to do our best. Another child will be raised in a broken family. Her relationship with her son has gone to the dogs. He is currently living with his father and she refuses to talk to him. I can't find it in myself to judge her. She is going to have to go through pregnancy in her 40s, which in itself is complicated enough. On top of that, she is gonna have to navigate her divorce. Add her pregnancy hormones to the mix and it's just easier to just not talk to her son. All because she believed her lying son. I did talk to her ex-husband and he and his wife are also struggling. His son is not doing well because his mother ghosting him. I guess the stern talking to that one person recommended in my previous post is not needed anymore. He has gotten a pretty good idea of how much he messed up. I guess we are in a situation where everyone loses. My daughter is the only one who is left relatively unscathed. She is adjusting pretty well to the new apartment. She is getting into a new routine. All thanks to my friend who warned me in time and helped me shield her from the crap show. P.S. People who sent me DMs to see how I was doing and for updates etc. Forgive me for not replying, I was very preoccupied with all the things going on. I logged onto this account for the first time since I made the earlier post.